Big boost to the India-Maldives strategic ties. India on Tuesday provided a Dornier maritime surveillance craft to Maldives to keep a closer eye on movement of Chinese vessels in the region. The aircraft will operate under the command of Maldives National Defence Force, while the running cost will be borne by India. It will assist in ongoing joint surveillance activities by India and Maldives, especially of the exclusive economic zone of Maldives. 7 MDNF personnel are being trained to operate the Dornier by the Indian Navy. The Dornier is also expected to assist in counter-terrorism sphere, especially in light of the Mahibadhun and the Lama attacks in Maldives, when 4 speedboats, a sea ambulance and 2 dinghies were set on fire. The Indian Embassy in Malé also tweeted about the Dornier. The requirement of the Dornier was first raised during Abdullah Yamin's regime. The Maldivian government also recently thanked the Indian government for extending 250 million support during the COVID-19 pandemic. Joining us on this story is Major General Dhruv Katoch, defense analyst. We also have Ambassador Bhashpati Mukherjee joining us live, former diplomat. Sumit Peer, political analyst, is joining us live. And Dr. Wael Awad, South Asia analyst, is also joining us live on the broadcast. Dr. Awad, let me begin with you first. How do you see, Dr. Awad, how do you view these strategic ties now being elevated, obviously, to the next level between India and Maldives?
Well, I think the relation between India and Maldives has been very strong throughout the years. In fact, I still remember in 1988 in a failed attempt coup, where India played a major role in thwarting this attempt and brought back the normalcy into Maldives. And Maldivians do remember Indian assistance also during the tsunami, where India have played a major role in the rescuing operation. Having said that, I would say also the survival pipelines for Maldives is always been seen as an India. And it's always been seen from the Indian perspective that Maldives is the highly security and the spine of India backside, and especially in the India Ocean Rim initiatives and also in the India Ocean Pacific extensions, where India is trying to play a major role in Asia Pacific. So I see this relation from India, Maldives at one side, and I look at from it also the development of the strategy between US and Maldives, and also so
yes,
is there any? Yeah, I do say that there is. I look at it from the India-Maldives strategic defense strategy between the two countries, and also I look at it from the US, India, Maldives kind of defense cooperation, and also we have to see it from the wider perspective of a China angle, and this how to see it in the future development. I think India woke up after 2014, where China have tried to put its foot inside Maldives during the Amin regime, where they had been giving the initiative of the One Belt Road, that they wanted to build up the Maldivian road maps and all. But India played a major role, in fact, in developing most of the roads and most of the longest roads and connection between the islands of Maldives. So I think that is good boost for the bilateral relation.
Yes, and Dr. Awad, obviously, you know, this alliance is very important currently, as it comes at a time when obviously we're facing this turmoil against China. It would send a strong message to Beijing and co, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. I think this is why the Maldivians now felt that they are more secure to be closer proximity to India and a geopolitical strategic thinking. And I think with the new government in Maldives have seen that this is their future survival with India is much better than being far away. I remember, I mean, always whenever you are at risk, you always go to the closest hospital. So whenever they are in tragedy, they will definitely come to India. They will not go cross the ocean and go to China. So therefore, their strategic thinking also has been more wise and more mature, at least during the current government.
All right, let me also bring in Sumit Peer at this point. Sumit, you know, your analysis and assessment of you know, what the India-Maldives relationship really stands for, and what, you know, what kind of message this would convey to China at this point.
Thank you for having me on your show. First of all, India and Maldives have a very special relationship. It's a relationship which has stood the test of time. You know, recently, I would like to take your reference. Let's not see this as this one Dornier which is given. The cooperation is much bigger, because Indian military support, IF supporting Maldives, and now the American and Maldives military alliance which has happened, diplomatic alliance for the, you know, logistics at the sea. Now, what have we done at COVID times? Edwin, at the COVID times, Maldives was the only country wherein we did not have any export control on ventilators, PPEs, and medicines. Point number one, 5.2 tons of medical supplies free of cost, another 6.2 tons of medical supplies free of cost, medical supplies. Then 580 tons of food subsidy was given by Indian Air Force at the time of the peak of COVID, when Indian doctors in March visited Maldives and reviewed all the preparedness. And the Maldives foreign minister, Mr. Abdullah Shahid is on record in UNSC. He said that Maldives has only survived this turmoil because of some very good friends. And he said one of them, worth to mention, is India, because $250 million, which is $250 million of aid which they have to pay back in 10 years, is almost interest-free. Medical supplies, food supplies, defense tie-ups, because 1/3 of the economy of the Maldives, depends on tourism, which is devastated. So in these tough times, they have looked up to the India, and India has walked the talk. They have, even in the peak of pandemic and even in the peak of the troubles we all had, we have extended a brotherly hand to Maldives. And instantly, the President Ibrahim, I think Mohammed, and President Modi share a very good cordial friendship also. So it's a all very good relationship. This Donier giving is one more step, and this will definitely give a message to China after the US Maldives alliance, military alliance. Now this Donier going to them. The point here is all the expenses will be borne by India. It will be run by the Maldives person, but all the expenses will be borne by India. Uday, this is the first. We can have many more things to happen, because let one block fit in the place. What makes us tomorrow to have now 10 of more of 10 of these planes? More things happening. So it is clear alignment of Maldives to India, US camp, what I would say. It is, they have moved away from the China. China has to lure them a lot of things. They did not walk the trap. They are with us. They are like a younger brother, and we've always stood and will always stand by the people of Maldives, with whom we have a historical and cultural connect with.
Right. Ambassador Mukherjee also joining us at this point. Ambassador Mukherjee, what really does this signify to you?
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.